there's been an update to Adobe's terms of service that has them facing some pretty significant backlash. On the surface, these updates seem kind of run of the mill and small. There's just like a few paragraph changes, but they're having this really big impact because these changes to the terms of service resulted in this pop up where users had to agree to give Adobe access to user content through what it calls, quote, automated and manual methods, or become unable to use the software. So you had to opt into this again. Some users are really taking issue with language in the terms of service that appears to give Adobe sweeping ownership over work created with Adobe products. And so a lot of creators are now worried that Adobe is going to be training all its AI models on their work. So this backlash has prompted a response from Adobe, and they released a blog post stating that this is all kind of a big misunderstanding, basically. They said, quote, "We recently made an update to our terms of use with the goal of providing more clarity on a few specific areas and pushed a routine reacceptance of those terms to Adobe Creative Cloud and Document Cloud customers. They clarified the policies and reiterated that they don't train on customer content and will never assume ownership of a customer's work." So, Paul, I think like what really stands out here is, not getting into the nitty gritty of one policy versus another, but like this caused a severe and pretty immediate backlash from people. Like, are you seeing this where just kind of highlighted to me how skeptical and untrusting basically a lot of consumers are about these companies using their work in any way?
Yeah, I mean, we talk about this with OpenAI. It's just an unforced error. It's like, I don't know if legal got more control than communications, which is usually the case with stuff like this, but it's just a bad look. It may be deceptive practices. I don't know. I wouldn't like accuse Adobe of that. I don't know particularly, but it doesn't look good. Um, the forcing you to accept it without like really going into detail about it and having it be a lot of like technical legal lingo that I mean, I read it. I was like, I don't
Yeah.
even know what that means. And
Yeah.
you and I are pretty knowledgeable about this stuff, and I didn't understand the terms. Um, yeah, I mean, we saw this with Zoom last year where they did something where it's like, so are you recording when I record in Zoom? Are you training your models on
Mm.
our confidential conversations? Because that's what your terms sure sound like. And then they have to like pull back, like, no, 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 that's not what it means, and we're sorry. Like there was a misunderstanding. And I just think that there's going to be an increasing level of mistrust. And I think that we need to expect more of these companies to be very transparent and clear and not even give the perception that they're trying to pull one over on us real fast with their fancy legal language that isn't really understandable to anyone but a lawyer on the Adobe team. So yeah, I kind of treat this one as a rapid fire almost in a way, like bad look. We need to expect more from companies. We talked about HubSpot's AI cards a few weeks
Yeah.
back. Seems like a much better approach. I haven't gone deep on HubSpot's terms, but I think we just need more of that, more just transparency. Here's what it is. Like, click here to learn more. I don't know, but um, yeah, this is gonna be a problem. There's gonna be a lot of companies wanting access to your data to use in their AI in some way, and it's gonna get really confusing how they're doing it.
Yeah, definitely a lesson for any companies building AI out there. People are very, very sensitive to this.